Hello, everyone. DJ here again. Welcome to my channel, and do press that subscribe button if you will, please. It makes me happy. And if you like what I'm going to say, then of course press the like button. When you subscribe to this channel, it doesn't cost you a penny. It doesn't cost you a cent. It doesn't even cost you a rupee. It's totally free. So it doesn't cost you anything. So do press that subscribe button so I know you're watching and you're listening. And please do like the like button, because it makes me happy. And you want to make me happy. So now let's get on with today's post. And I'm talking about Ed Miliband, the energy secretary. Energy? Well, it depends on how you're looking at that. His latest move will cost Britain 112 billion pounds and about 30 billion in tax loss to the country. Who's going to pay for this money that's lost? Who's going to replace it? Well, it's going to be up to the Chancellor of Exchequer. She'll have to look at taxes. She'll look at the ISOs. So our investments and our wages will have to lose more and more money because of Miliband's idiotic, and I say it again, idiotic stance on energy. He's all about renewable energy, so he wants wind farms, he wants solar farms, polluting our countryside as all these windmills will be planted. They're massive, they are massive, and they will ruin our views when we go into the country and we go, oh no, look at that. Where we could see those lovely rolling hills. Now what we're seeing is a row and row and row of windmills. And they're not even like the Dutch fanciful windmills we think of windmills as. They're just gigantic structures. But anyway, let me go on to what he's done. He's closing down the Gainsborough Trough Field. Now that's slacking. Where it's made America rich. It took them through and stopped their depression, their financial depression. But Milliban is doing the opposite. He's saying, close it down. Do not produce any more oil from the Gainsborough field. And he's blocked, get this, he's blocked the Rosebank oil and gas field, the largest in the North Sea. He's blocked it. It doesn't make sense. It produces 7% of all of Britain's oil and will do so until the forecast till 2030. Close it down. Where are we going to get that 7% from? Well, we will import it. So it will come from countries with bad human relations. So Russia, for instance, who are an enemy almost, and will pay for it. It'll have to be shipped over to us. So it will. We're not stopping global warming by importing the oil we're not producing ourselves when we have vast fields of oil underground, and we're letting other people produce it and then ship it over to us. And what are they shipped into? Well, they're shipped by lorries, diesel lorries with diesel fumes, and then they're into ships, and the ships are diesel engines, so diesel fumes, and then they come to us. Why? Why, when we've got our own? But Miliband is hell-bent on saying, we cannot do our own. We've got to buy it in. Doesn't make sense at all. We've now got, as I say, he's banning all fracking in Gainsborough. He's banning the oil exploration in what did I say it was? Oh, yeah, this is something I noticed. Accountants Deloitte estimate it could add a staggering £112 billion to Britain if we use these oil fields. That, and as I say, it's got. If we're not doing it, we've got to import it. Where is the shortfall going to produce from? And it's going to come from our taxes. We're going to pay more for less. It doesn't make sense. I remember in the 70s and 80s, Britain was going through a crisis. In 79, we had Callaghan was the Prime Minister, and the strikes and so on, and we were going broke. We were going really broke. And what happened? We found North Sea oil. And it was a magnificent national windfall. So why are we now, we found more oil fields in Britain, why are we saying no? Why are we breaking the national income and causing a national debt? Because of Milliban's decision to abandon fossil fuels overnight. We've got to start thinking about ourselves. China, India are growing in their economies on fossil fuels. They're building more and more fossil fuel mines and, what do they call them? The industry to produce it. And it doesn't make sense. Delight again. I'm reading this bit now, says the UK's carbon emissions would be 218 million tonnes lower if we exploited Gainsborough rather than relying on imported gas. Well, that's what I was saying, wasn't it? Our carbon footprint would be larger when we're buying from abroad, and it has to be shipped over to us. And it would save 218 million tonnes to produce it here in Britain. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I'm looking for another address that at the moment while I'm talking to you, and it's an address of another oil field that's just been discovered, and I'm trying to find out because I did know, but while I'm talking, and I am getting old now, and my mind does sort of wander away from what I want. Yes, got it. We've discovered an immense oil field, gas field, I should say, beneath Lincolnshire. It's easy to drill in Lincolnshire, drill a hole and extract the gas, and it is worth billions of pounds to Britain. Ed Miliband has said, no, I will not give permission for you to drill. I will not give you permission to extract it. We'll buy it from Russia. What? That's what I say. We'll buy it from Russia. We'll buy it from Saudi Arabia. We'll buy it from America. And we'll ship it over. Because I don't want fossil fuels to be used in Britain. Ridiculous! Absolutely stupid. What's he up to? Is it because he's so short-sighted? Is it because he has got such a narrow mindset that he looks and thinks, oh, that will pollute, but if it's polluted elsewhere, it doesn't affect us? Of course it affects us. It's a global climate change that he's trying to stop. And how do you stop a global by just doing your own country and then getting other countries to do it for us? This is the mindset. It's got to be protested against. He shouldn't be in the job. They had him as leader, if you may remember, of the Labour Party, and they had to get rid of him because of his ridiculous ideas. And what does Starmer do? He makes him the Environmental Secretary and puts him in charge of green energy. But he's the energy minister. He's not just a green energy minister. He's the energy minister. He is supposed to make sure that Britain has the correct amount of energy we require. And we require more and more, because what we did have has run out, or, like Thatcher, closed the mines. Now, the mine workers, as you know, they kept going on strike, and so Margaret Thatcher said, as Prime Minister, said, OK, we'll close the mines. Now you've got no job. a nasty, vicious attack. But we now have mines with loads of coal in them, but they're flooded. They would need to be re-drilled. But we're not asking them to do that. We're saying, okay, there's natural gas in Lincolnshire. There's natural gas in the North Sea. There's natural gas from the Gainsborough site. Let's use it. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Make your comments, and please do subscribe. It helps me to do these videos, and do the like button. You know it makes sense. So until the next one tomorrow, bye for now.